Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Lucamus Prime here, and welcome to the next episode of Movie That Deserves a Sequel. Now, in today's video, guys, I'm going to be covering why, in my opinion, an animated film deserves a sequel, today. And this is for an animated film which is ironically a sequel, believe it or not. In my opinion, a sequel was very well deserved and was also long awaited to after a previous movie in this. And this is also by my favourite animated company of all time, Pixar. And this, of course, is for none other, as you see my title and my figure with me, which, of course, is 2018's Incredibles 2. So, yeah, now, like, I really would love to see Incredibles 3 for sure. Absolutely. I'm going to talk about why. So, now, you guys probably wondering what do I think of the franchise as a whole. So, I, of course, absolutely love the first movie in the franchise. It's one of my favourite Pixar films of all time. An absolute masterpiece, in my opinion. Definitely a really great movie, in my opinion. Love The Incredibles. And like I said at the start, the sequel, Incredibles 2, in my opinion, is definitely a well-deserved sequel because it took 14 years to make. So, yeah, like 14 years of quite a long wait. And it definitely deserves to exist because the first film ended on a cliffhanger, so they couldn't have just ended it there because they had to do a sequel to it, and they definitely did. So this sequel deserves to exist, and now, sure, while I don't think it's as good as the first movie, guys, by any means, because there's things I don't like about it. For example, I don't really like Screenslaver as a villain, to be honest. I thought she was a very weak villain, in my opinion, to be honest, and didn't really like how the other Incredibles members, aside from Helen, didn't really do much in the story, to be honest. They didn't really do much in the story compared to the first movie, and same applies to Frozen, my favourite character in the whole franchise is as well, and my favourite voice was Samuel L. Jackson. I still think it's a good sequel nonetheless, in my opinion. Yeah, and I also as well do feel the villain who appeared at the end of the first movie called the Underminer, only was shown to be a bank robber here rather than someone who wants to declare war on Earth at the end of the first movie. Doesn't make much sense really, but I still think that this film is still a great sequel nonetheless, and I would definitely love to see more of this franchise for sure, because like, I would definitely not say no to a third movie of this franchise. I mean, because when it comes to Pixar as a whole, right, if Toy Story can get a trilogy, then I don't see why The Incredibles can't get a trilogy either, because I think it definitely does deserve to be a trilogy as well, in my opinion. I would love to see more of the Incredibles franchise, absolutely, because, I can't get enough of these characters being so entertaining, in my opinion. The Parr family and Frozone, it'd definitely be really great to see more of them, absolutely. I would love to see definitely more of this franchise. And yeah, and it even as well ends, of course, with them in pursuit in their car called the Incredibile, which is a pretty cool, play on words there of incredible and more, but, pretty cool. And it would be really great if, this could probably lead to somewhere else, maybe, absolutely. And when it comes to this possible sequel, guys, the director Brad Bird was talking about how the lingering plot lines could lead to a third installment, just like they did with the second movie. And he says there's lots of ideas that he could have used on a second film that he could use on something else. And hopefully that can be a third movie. And cast members have also expressed interest in returning, like Samuel L. Jackson, for example, in one of his interviews for a movie, said he would love to do Incredibles 3 if asked to. And Sophia Bush as well, who's in this movie as the voice of Void, she said she'd like to return as well, so great, yeah. And also as well, the producer John Walker said he would not rule out a third movie, so that's good to hear as well. So I really hope that it gets a third movie. I mean, maybe even more, probably, if even the third one sets up a sequel too, yeah, because I definitely think, that the Incredible franchise deserves to be a trilogy, like our Toy Story, of course, became a trilogy, so I would not say no to a third Incredibles movie, for sure. So, yeah, and in the meantime, but what I'm going to do, while waiting for a third film, now, when it comes to, when it comes to my opinion on Pixar, now, I've already made it clear, guys, that, you know, I am done with a franchise because I hated Turning Red and it killed my interest in watching any of their original standalone movies or anything like that. And they've unfortunately made cash grab sequels to things that didn't even need sequels. For example, my favorite animated movie of all time, Toy Story 3, as a Toy Story movie that didn't need a sequel. And also as well, Cars and Finding Nemo. Yeah, they got sequels which in my opinion were not necessary at all. But in my opinion, Incredibles 2 does deserve one. So if they do make Incredibles 3, I will definitely give it a watch because Incredibles 2, like I've said, in my opinion, does deserve a sequel. And I also wouldn't mind other Pixar films getting sequels too. There's only like a couple of others I could say, like Onward and Luca, for example, that I'd like to see sequels to. So I really hope that Incredibles 2 will be among the films that get a sequel one day. I really hope so. Oh, because it does deserve it. In the meantime, while waiting for his third movie, what I'll do is I'll keep rewatching both of these movies, absolutely, and I will also as well one day probably post a review for these movies, absolutely. I would definitely love to post a review for them, and I will also as well continue to play Lego Incredibles on my Xbox One because I digitally purchased it to play, and yeah, I finished the story mode on it. I might do some grinding to get 100% completion on it, like probably as well, which might take a lot of time to do. But it'll be worth it though, and I can definitely play it while I'm waiting for his third film to come out. That'd be really fun, wouldn't it? So yeah. Anyway, guys, so this is me doing the next episode of a movie that deserves a sequel, and in today's video, guys, I was talking about why, in my opinion, Incredibles 2 deserves a sequel, and because I'd definitely love to see a third movie in this franchise, absolutely. More of these characters, a story to be told, because I'd definitely love to see that happen. So you know the drill, guys, be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments what you guys think of Incredibles 2. Do you think it deserves a sequel or not? Let me in the comments below. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe and become a future. If you would like to be a member, you can only using a piece of that, or you can in the description, and I'll see you all later.